The U.S. Department of Justice has briefly published and then quietly removed a video that appears to show Jeffrey Epstein inside his jail cell, allegedly attempting to take his own life. The footage is timestamped August 10, 2019, the same day Epstein was found dead inside his Manhattan detention cell while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. The video includes identifying markers, a visible date, and a label reading J. Epstein, and surfaced as part of the DOJ's latest release of documents known as the Epstein Files, which began rolling out last Friday. For a brief period, the clip was accessible through an official DOJ link before the page suddenly went dark. Epstein's death has long been surrounded by intense public skepticism and conspiracy theories. While federal authorities have consistently ruled his death a suicide, Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, has publicly rejected that conclusion, insisting Jeffrey was murdered. The sudden appearance of this video reignited speculation online, with many viewers believing for the first time that footage from inside Epstein's cell had finally surfaced. But questions quickly followed. According to former Attorney General Bill Barr's final report, investigators reviewed all available video footage related to Epstein's detention, and that report explicitly states there were no cameras inside Epstein's cell. Only common areas and stairwells within the special housing unit were under surveillance. Notably, Epstein's cell door was not visible to any of those cameras, a key reason conspiracy theories have persisted for years. That contradiction raised immediate red flags. If a camera had been recording inside Epstein's cell, investigators say it would have eliminated years of speculation overnight. Soon after, another document surfaced within the same DOJ dump, revealing the video was not authentic. Investigators determined the clip was a fake video, originally circulating on 4chan and later flagged by a Florida-based conspiracy theorist. A Trump administration official later confirmed to the New York Post that the footage was bogus and had been floating around online, including YouTube, for years. By Monday, the DOJ had removed the video entirely from its website. Despite the removal, the damage had already been done. Earlier this year, the DOJ released surveillance footage from outside Epstein's cell block on the night of his death, footage that appeared to be missing 1 minute just before midnight. Federal officials later explained the gap as a result of the jail's camera system recycling, and released an extended version to show nothing suspicious occurred during that interval. At the time of his death, Epstein had previously been placed on suicide watch, but was later taken off. He was supposed to have a cellmate, yet that cellmate was transferred just 1 day earlier. 2 guards assigned to monitor Epstein later admitted they fell asleep on duty and falsified records to cover it up. But beyond the documents, the videos, and the unanswered questions, there are the people who say they lived through Epstein's abuse. Survivors have long argued that the focus shouldn't just be on how Epstein died, but on what they say he did and who enabled it.
Just put out the files and stop redacting names that don't need to be redacted. It's just, who are we trying to protect? Are we protecting the survivors, or are we protecting these elite men that need to be put out there? And people need to know these are predators that are in the files. They need to be brought to justice so they can stop doing this in the long run. It's for everyone's safety at the end of the day. I haven't gone through all of it, so I don't want to speak, I don't want to say the wrong things, but I do understand that also a lot of important, people have been redacted from it. And the whole process of being transparent was to only redact the survivors and the victims' names. So here we are right where we started with the first files. These names that need to be put out there, people need to know about these people, have been redacted. So it's a little bit confusing. I feel like, again, the DOJ, the justice system, is failing us. In the beginning, they were calling us a hoax, right? They were like saying that we were a hoax. And now they're like, we believe you. We're going to release the files. But yet you still haven't released the files, and it's not even full transparent. So it's very nice to say it, but it's also nice to actually do it.
Maria Farmer was a professional artist. She was about 25 years old. She had graduated from the New York Academy of Art, a figurative arts school in New York, and she was working as an employee for Jeffrey Epstein in New York City. She has consistently and repeatedly said that in 1996, in the summer of 1996, she reported Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI after having reported him to the New York Police Department. She reported Epstein, and she reported Ghislaine Maxwell as well for child sex abuse crimes, including child pornography. We've spent many years trying to get her records through Freedom of Information Act requests, which are the classic way to get them. The most recent Freedom of Information Act request I made was in January. I got a response in January 2025, that's earlier this year, and they told me that they wouldn't get back to me before November 2027 to just answer my request. And this has been and when we've seen anything from the government, which is infrequent, it's highly redacted information. And we've never seen anything before corroborating her 1996 report, but we just saw it yesterday for the first time in 30 years, which is remarkable, really remarkable. All we know right now from the documents is that there was a clear and corroborated report that Maria Farmer did exactly what she has said for 30 years that she did. She reported Epstein to the authorities, to the federal authorities, to the FBI. And as far as we can tell, and I wish I knew, Kristen, I wish I had more information out of the files or otherwise, it looks like the government did absolutely nothing. And as a result, having done nothing, having failed to act, horrible things have happened. Had they acted, had they investigated in even the smallest way, they could have stopped him. And it's not just the victims, it's also the victims' families, because it affects not just that person, but everyone they deal with, their loved ones, the people that they come in contact with, their ability to function in society. So it affected thousands of lives, and they could have spared that for those thousands of people, and they could have avoided 30 years of trauma if they had just done their job. One of the key things we want to accomplish with this release of files is transparency. Another key thing is belief, restoration of public trust in the institutions. And a third thing is accountability. And so far, we're not hitting any of those marks. Maria said it beautifully to me yesterday. She said it's tears of joy and tears of sadness. Tears of joy because she's now validated. She's vindicated. Yes, she did what she said she did. And that the world can now see that. And all those naysayers, and there have been a lot of naysayers accusing her of not telling the truth, who disregarded her, discarded her, dismissed her for so many years, decades. She now has some kind of corroboration and vindication that this is true. And the sadness, the tears of sadness, because look at the waste of the 30 years. And not only for her, but for so many victims, whether it's Virginia Giuffre or all the other survivors who didn't have to be subjected